Hello and welcome. I am so glad that you're here and that you are considering our 200-hour yoga teacher training. My name is Rachel Tidman. I'm the founder, the director, the master yoga teacher here at yogacourse.com. I have been teaching yoga for more than 21 years, and over the years, I've had the privilege of supporting thousands of students on their yoga journey. Since 2019 alone, we have trained over 2,000 students literally from all over the world, many of whom have gone on to teach yoga professionally, corporate yoga, yoga in schools, even open their own studios. So first of all, if you're here, I just want to say this, that really matters because usually people don't land on a yoga teacher training page by accident. There is normally something inside you that is just curious, right? Something that is ready for more. So maybe you already know that you want to teach yoga. Maybe you are not fully sure yet. Maybe you simply want to deepen your own understanding of yoga and explore that in a much more meaningful way. And honestly, all of those reasons are valid. So this training is not only about learning how to teach yoga, it's also really about deepening your own personal practice, growing in confidence and understanding yoga as something much bigger than just a series of postures on a yoga mat. So whether your goal is to become a yoga teacher or whether you are here more for your own self-development at this stage, this course can be a really, really powerful next step. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what's included inside the training, explain the differences between our standard 200-hour and our enhanced 200-hour pathway, and then also get to answering some of the most common questions that people ask before they join us. So we're going to start with the heart of the training. So our 200-hour teacher training course is rooted in Hatha and Vinyasa yoga. It is designed to give you a really strong, well-rounded foundation in both the practice and also the teaching of yoga. So we begin by helping you to understand what yoga is as a whole, not just what yoga looks like physically, but what it actually is. So this is where you'll explore the roots of yoga, the wider meaning behind the practice, and begin to reflect on your own personal relationship with it from the very beginning. And then from there, we move into asana work. Asana means posture. And that's a really important part of the course. So this is where you'll study a wide range of postures, including standing and seated and supine and prone, restorative and inverted postures, as well as, of course, sun salutations, Surya Namaskar. But we don't just simply show you what a pose is and then just expect you to copy that. We break everything down carefully and properly. So this is where we'll start to look at alignment principles, benefits, contraindications, modifications, how to support different bodies safely and intelligently. Because the truth is, yoga teaching is not about trying to get everybody to look the same, bring everyone into the same shape, because bodies are different. People arrive with different levels of flexibility and strength and confidence and experience and energy and also life experience. So we train you to observe, adapt and teach the person in front of you rather than forcing everyone to come into this ideal version of a pose. And that is such an important part of becoming a confident yoga teacher. As you move through the course, you'll also study teaching foundations and class teaching skills in a really practical, enjoyable way. This includes things like cueing and demonstration and pacing, positioning, class management, sequencing, structuring a class, and helping students move safely from one pose to the next. We focus on giving you the real teaching tools that help you to really feel prepared when it comes to leading actual students, not just understanding yoga in theory. This course is very much about application. You'll feel that as you navigate your way through. It's certainly not about memorizing a script and trying to sound like everybody else. It is truly about helping you to become a teacher with your own voice, a teacher who understands what they're doing, why they're doing it, and how to communicate that clearly and authentically. That matters a lot to me actually, because I never want my students to come out of training feeling like they have to copy another teacher to feel good enough. The whole point is to help you become more grounded in your own style, your own strengths, and in your own way of teaching. Alongside the practical teaching content, you'll also study anatomy and physiology in a way that relates directly to yoga, not in the general sense. So this is where you'll start to understand the body more deeply, meaning how it moves, what different movement patterns ask of the body, what is happening in a twist, in a back bend, in a forward fold, for example, how to support students more safely, and also how to teach with more awareness. So for many students, this is the point where things actually just kind of begin to click on a whole new level, because you start to understand not just what it is that you're teaching, but what is actually happening in the body underneath it all. You'll also study pranayama and meditation, which are, as you would imagine, such important parts of yoga. We explore breath awareness, foundational pranayama practices, and we also look at meditation in a way that feels understandable and usable, not vague and intimidating. We help you to understand what these practices are, how they support both your personal life and also your teaching, and how to begin sharing them with your students clearly and confidently, even if you've never taught anything before. Another core part of the training is yoga history and philosophy, because in my opinion, a strong yoga teacher training should never only teach the physical practice, because yoga is so much bigger than that. It can give us so much more than that. So in this part of the course, you'll begin to understand and explore key yogic concepts and texts, including a wider philosophical foundation of yoga and how these ideas can actually be applied to modern day life and modern teaching. And please don't worry if all of that sounds so unfamiliar to you right now. A lot of students actually join us without any prior background in philosophy and anatomy or any awareness of the deeper history of yoga. That is absolutely fine. You don't need to know everything before you start. You simply just need to come with an open mind, a willingness to learn, and an established yoga practice of at least 6 months. So in terms of how the course is structured, the training is designed to be really clear and manageable. You will move through the content in a really structured way, sequentially, module by module, so that you can build on your knowledge steadily rather than feeling thrown in at the deep end and feeling really overwhelmed. It's not like that at all. This is especially helpful in an online training because it gives you a really clear, direct path to follow and helps you feel less overwhelmed. The core modules included in both the standard and the enhanced pathways are understanding yoga, asana practice, sun salutations, teaching foundations, teaching a yoga class, structuring and sequencing, pranayama, meditation, anatomy, physiology, adjustments and assisting, history and philosophy, and then assessment and integration. Those are included in both of those courses. But if you do choose the enhanced pathway, you also unlock additional modules like chakras, mudras and bandhas, specialized teaching, so working with pregnancy and injuries, and also the business of yoga. And this is where the two pathways really begin to differ more clearly. So both the standard 200-hour and the enhanced 200-hour give you a recognized 200-hour yoga teacher training qualification. You can go off and teach yoga anywhere in the world. Both will give you that core foundation. Both are designed to help you grow in confidence, in skill, and in understanding. The difference is really about the level of depth, support, and overall training experience. So the standard course is ideal if you want a really flexible, more affordable route to teacher training and you feel really comfortable with a more independent learning experience. The enhanced course is for those students who want more support, more live guidance, unlimited one-to-ones with us, more depth, more connected experience throughout all of the training, and also the Yoga Alliance International registration. So the enhanced includes everything in the standard course, plus those additional modules that I mentioned, 2 live Zoom webinar calls every single week, Monday, Thursday, 11 a.m. UK time, unlimited calls with senior yoga teachers for extra support, access to our private Facebook community with over 800 current students and graduates, and also that Yoga Alliance International registration included. Honestly, this is why most students do choose the enhanced pathway. Not because the standard is not valuable, it absolutely is, and it suits a lot of people, but really because one of the biggest challenges in online training is not in information, it's actually more about confidence. A lot of people can watch videos, a lot of people can read notes, but actually feeling supported whilst you're learning, being able to ask questions, getting feedback, hearing other students' questions, and feeling part of something bigger, that can make a huge difference. So if that feels more aligned with you, go for the enhanced course. For many students, that extra support is honestly what helps bridge that gap between learning the material and actually feeling ready to teach. Now, let's talk about assessment, because this might be in your head. I know that a lot of people feel nervous about it, and I get a lot of questions around this. So you are assessed throughout the training in a variety of ways, whether you choose the standard or enhanced. This includes quizzes, homework submissions, interactive calls, and video uploads where we ask you to teach yourself or teach friends and family around you, just to build your confidence. And yes, I know that video submissions can sound really daunting at first, but in reality, this is one of the most powerful confidence building parts of the whole course, and we will give you personalized feedback. Teaching is something that you become better at by actually doing it. So we need to see how you are doing it. Not just by thinking about it, by actually doing it. Not by waiting for everything to feel perfect, just by actually starting, reflecting, and receiving that feedback from us, and then improving as you go. So for the final assessment, you are required to submit a recorded practical class that you can teach yourself, 20 minutes, along with relevant supporting paperwork. You'll also need to complete your practice journals, attendance records, and any required coursework and assessment materials that we ask of you. But the good news is that you're not left alone with that by yourself. We are there to support you throughout the course, whichever one you choose, and your progress will always be monitored as you go. So the assessment process is not designed to catch you out, not at all. It is simply designed to help you grow into the qualification properly and confidently. The course is fully online and completed in a self-paced way. You have 12 months to complete it, and if life gets in the way, extension options are available. You can pay to extend your course if you need to. Most people don't need to do that. That flexibility is one of the main reasons why so many of our students choose to train with us. People are able to fit this training in around their full-time jobs, children, businesses, care and responsibilities, travel, anything else that life brings at you. So we've designed the whole learning experience to be as flexible and as manageable as possible, while still being thorough and professionally structured. Some students might move through their course really quickly, others might take that full 12 months. There is no right or wrong pace. You get to choose what suits you. The important thing is that you just keep you keep moving forward in a way that is realistic and sustainable for you. And in terms of prerequisite, like I mentioned, we do ask that students already have an established yoga practice of 6 months before joining. That just gives us all this base level and a really good basic understanding of yoga, but you don't need to be advanced. You don't need to be able to do every single pose. You're not tested on that at all. And you don't need any prior knowledge at all of philosophy or anatomy. But you should feel really familiar with the basics of yoga practice, so that when we begin to talk about the postures like warrior two and tree pose and certain concepts, you're not just starting from zero. There's also required reading for the course. The 6 books are The Heart of Yoga by Deska Char, the Yoga Bible by Christina Brown, the Bhagavad Gita, a walkthrough for Westerners, that version by Jack Hawley. You'll also need Functional Anatomy of Yoga by David Keel. He actually lectures on our course itself, so you'll be learning straight from the author. Teaching Yoga by Mark Stevens, and Yoga Sequencing also by Mark Stevens. So these books support and deepen your learning throughout the training. You don't need them all before you start, but you will need them at some point. So let's talk about the investment of this. So these are the current investment costs for each course. You can also spread that cost out using Klarna or PayPal installments at 0% interest. And when it comes to choosing between those 2 pathways, The right choice really just depends on what kind of support and experience that you want. So if you want that full recognized qualification at a lower price point and you're happy with more independent learning and the enough knowledge and confidence to actually go out and teach straight away, the standard course might be for you. If you would benefit from a lot more guidance, more feedback, more interaction, mentoring, extra teaching content, and a stronger sense of community, and of course that Yoga Alliance registration, which is usually £400, then the enhanced pathway is likely going to be a better fit for you. Neither choice is wrong. It's just simply about what level of support fits you and your life. So finally, I just want to say this: choosing to do a yoga teacher training is a really big decision. It's an investment of time and energy and money and heart, of course, but it can also be one of the most transformational things that you ever do for yourself. You are investing in yourself, not just because of that qualification at the end, but because of who you become in that process. You deepen your understanding of yoga, you build confidence, you learn to use your unique voice, you develop discipline, you begin to trust yourself even more. And whether you go on to teach one yoga class a week, build a whole yoga career out of this, or simply just take this training as a personal journey, it will stay with you for life. So if you're feeling that pull, if part of you knows already that you are ready for that next step and that you want it, I would love to welcome you into our training. Finally, I also want to mention about our Trustpilot reviews. Of course, as you would expect, I'm going to say this course is amazing. I wrote the course, I deliver most of the content. But if you want to hear from people who are just a few steps ahead of you, who have already signed up to the training and are doing wonderful things with that, then head over to trustpilot.com, yoga course teacher training. You can find all of our reviews there and learn from people who have actually taken this journey. So thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your time and your energy. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. You can email info@yogacourse.com, or if you prefer, you can send me a WhatsApp, and my telephone number is 07879 118 582. And again, my name is Rachel Tidman. Thanks again, and hopefully I get to see you on the inside of the course.